Welcome to episode 14 of the Career Breakthrough Series. I'm your host, Paul Ames. And guys, if you're loving the content we're putting out, or the amazing guests that we got on our show, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below, or comment and share it out with your friends and family. On the show today, we've got a super inspiring entrepreneur called Nathan Chan. Nathan is the creator of Foundr magazine, which is an entrepreneurial magazine which has interviewed incredible entrepreneurs from around the world who are succeeding and thriving in their field. But the people like Richard Branson, Gary Vee, and Arianna Huffington, just to say a few. Nathan is also the creator of Instagram Domination, and he's just currently launched his amazing new hardcover book called Foundr version 1.0, which takes you through from a startup phase and teaches you all the tips, tricks, and strategies that these top entrepreneurs have gone through and some of the pitfalls that you can avoid that they've gone through themselves. So guys, this episode is short and sweet, but Nathan shares some incredible content in here. So let's get started on the interview. Welcome to episode 14 of the Career Breakthrough Series. I'm your host, Paul Ames, and on the show today, guys, we've got an incredible guest. He's a super inspiring entrepreneur called Nathan Chan. Nathan is the founder of the digital magazine Foundr, and he's also the creator of Instagram Domination. Nathan has recently launched an incredible new book, which is called Foundr version 1.0, which has already smashed through its crowdfunding targets already, one of them. And I can see many, many more getting smashed. Nathan, thank you so much for agreeing to be on my show. I'm so proud of you and so happy to have you on my show.
Oh, thank you so much for the kind words, Paul. It's a pleasure to be here, brother.
Now, Nathan, if you could just give my audience a bit of a background on basically what your upbringing was like, where you were brought up, and also what your career was like once you finished school.
Yeah, sure thing. So, I guess childhood growing up was pretty normal for me. Don't come from a wealthy background. My parents really never had that much money. They weren't like poor or anything, like middle class. If I wanted something, I couldn't always, get it. Things weren't always, super flush for my parents, but, they were really good to me. I've been pretty lucky. I've got really good parents. So yeah, growing up, I was never really a very ambitious person. My mom always used to say to me that I never really tried with stuff. And that's pretty true, growing up, never really got the best grades, just kind of scraped through, did okay. And I just kind of scraped through. And then as time went on, I just kind of wandered my way through life. I just scraped through in high school, got like an okay enter score, and then went off and did followed my strengths in IT and business, and those were the two subjects I scored the best in. And I did a business information systems degree, so it's business/IT, and then I did that IT degree, and then I went off and started working in IT, and just unfortunately it wasn't for me. It just wasn't really feeling it, man.
Oh man, I can completely relate. I pretty much just scraped through high school, and I think a lot of it comes down to just not having something that lights you up inside. You kind of just when you've got nothing, you just kind of float along, and don't really have anything to strive for.
Yeah, that's right. But once you find that thing, you just don't it's just an obsession, which is so much fun. And yeah,
definitely is, man. And as you can see with your book and everything, that obsession's just causing massive success, and getting those great levels of achievement of what you really wanted. So as I said, man, I'm really proud of you. That's amazing from what you've achieved so far.
Oh, thank you so much, brother.
So Nathan, I'd love to know, so what have been some of your biggest mental roadblocks or obstacles that you've really faced in your career, or potentially going into your business and starting Foundr?
Definitely when we were sued for trademark infringement, that was pretty rough. I've been running the business for about 3.5 years. Had some difficulties, in the past 6 months, just learning what it takes to truly scale a company, because I think, I've taken it to a certain level, but I can't take it any further by myself, and I need people, and I need to understand how to get the best out of people, and that's your role as a leader, not to treat someone like labor, but as a leader, you need to motivate people and lead them towards the vision, and you can't be writing them and all those kinds of things. So, that's been a bit of a struggle, man. It was definitely a mental roadblock that I had to work through. But I think, when it comes to whether it's being sued for trademark infringement or, not scaling the company as fast as I would like, at the end of the day, one of my favorite quotes by Tony Robbins is, if you always do what you've always done, you always get what you've always got. So I just keep trying different things. If you hit a roadblock at the road, you go around and you just kind of just see how you can get around, and that's just life, man. Whether it's life, business, or entrepreneurship, you're always going to have these roadblocks. And the key thing is just to keep going. And the way that you work your way around it is, I think, find someone that's traveled that road, and find people that are skilled and experienced in the things that you want to do, because that's one of the fastest ways to grow and level up as an entrepreneur, is draw from someone else's experiences, which is exactly why we created, Foundr version 1.0, because it's got our best work in there from, interviewing over 300 plus entrepreneurs. We've got all their best experiences on anything you can imagine: ID validation, starting a business, funding, raising capital, hiring, hustle, you name it, vision, getting the most out of your team building, outsourcing, social media, you name it. And that's how you learn. That's how you grow, man, for other people's experiences.
Definitely, man. And I've seen on your Instagram your quick flips through your book, and I've just gone, wow, there's some amazing content there. So, guys, be sure to check out Nathan's book and jump on his crowdfunding site, because there's some absolute gold in there, some incredible content, and amazing interviews with some incredible people like Richard Branson and Arianna Huffington. So, yeah, you can avoid a lot of the pitfalls that these guys have gone through and learn from their lessons from what Nathan said. So that's great stuff, man. And congrats on the book again.
Oh, thanks, dude.
So, Nathan, what would you say? Obviously, we've got, a lot of us have got a really positive habit that's really helped us achieve a lot of success, or, helped us move forward in our life. But we've also got a hindering habit, or something that's really stopped us from getting to that level where we really want to be. What would you say would be your most positive habit, and probably the most hindering one as well?
Probably one of my most positive habits is I guess always try and see the positive side to things. I've always got a really ambitious kind of mindset and an abundance mindset. I think that really serves me. I think the more you dream bigger, the bigger and bigger you'll be able to strive towards. That's why I like to go to the States a lot, because people think it's so big over there, and that's kind of like, why, I like to go over there. I like to hang out with people in America. It's because they think so big, and it really just drives that positive mindset and growth mentality. So, probably that's probably a positive thing. Probably one of my biggest barriers is I care. I like to please people. And this can also happen within my team, like there's certain people that I just, maybe let them walk all over me, or let them take advantage of me maybe a little bit. So, in life that is what it is. I just got to kind of learn to be a little bit more firm, and I think that's really important.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks so much for sharing, man. I think, I can completely relate to that, especially the people-pleasing thing. And I think it takes a lot, especially when that's your nature, or not so much your nature, but, you come from more of a heart-centered place, and you're more of a giving sort of a person. It is hard to, find that firm side of you as well. But I think, with time and, learning and really thinking about your business and learning from these mentors, it really helps instill a bit more of that into you. So thanks for sharing those habits, man.
You're welcome, bro.
So, Nathan, got a bit of a random question. I know in our first time we tried the interview that failed, I asked you this one, but it's come from a solution-focused therapy background. So it's called the miracle question. So imagine if you went to sleep tonight and overnight a miracle occurred. And when you woke up, there was no financial difficulties, no mental roadblocks, nothing stopping you from impacting or changing anything you really wanted in the world. If you could change anything and impact anyone in the world, what would that be, and why would that be so important to you?
Yeah, I guess it would just be able to create more game changers and make the world a better place, man. And that's kind of like what we're doing now with Foundr, but I just want to do it at scale. Because I think entrepreneurs are the ones that lead the way, that can, truly, make the world a better place. And these are the inventors, these are the people like Elon Musk. And yeah, I'd hope that, the work that we're doing at Foundr can play a small part in that.
Oh, I definitely think so, man. You're doing amazing things. And I've followed your podcast for a very long time. And as I said, I've learned so much from you and your podcast. And I love on your show as well, especially how you ask a lot of the questions you want to find out yourself as well. So I think that's really good, really good stuff to help you grow in your business as well.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So, Nathan, what are you most excited about in Foundr? Obviously, you've just launched your incredible book not too long ago. So what's something else that you're really, really excited about in your business at the present, or just looking into the near future?
Scaling up content, man. I want to be producing by January 5 blog posts a day, 5 blog posts a week.
Perfect.
And I just want to be scaling up content. I want to really double down on video. I want to create some YouTube video series, some really interesting, cool stuff. I definitely want to also, eventually, hopefully end of next year, set up an office in LA so we can create content at scale.
Awesome.
And really roll out premium content, live streaming, double down on video. So that's something I'm really excited about.
Wow, man, that sounds so exciting. And the office in LA, that must be really cool. And going back to what you said about your comment too about people in people in the US, I've noticed the exact same. And I've noticed a few other business people I've spoke to recently have said the same thing, that people in the US seem to dream bigger. Like, I've connected with quite a lot of people over there recently. It just seems like a whole new level of just how people think and just their mindset in general. So I think it's good to have that wide variety. Obviously, there's a lot of incredible people in Australia where we are, but just having that reach so easily within your grasp of all these amazing people really is a game changer.
Yeah, 100%, man. I think that's where it's at.
Definitely, man. So Nathan, what would you say would be 3 to 5 actionable tips that my audience could take away, could really help them out with their move forward in their career or potentially to move into a business?
One, find someone that is doing something that you think you might want to do that looks great, whether it's being an entrepreneur or whether it's a career, and ask them a lot of questions because you can draw from their experience to know if it's truly something you want to do. Whether that's a mentor, whatever you want to call it, you want to find someone that can help you with that. I think being patient is a big thing. A lot of people want things now, faster internet, Netflix. They want to watch the TV series all in one go now. People aren't patient. I think it's really key to be patient and understand that things take time. I think also, what if you do want to start a business or if you don't want to start a business and, want to do something in your career, I think, really paying a strong focus on attention to detail is so extremely underrated. That's something that we look for in Foundr. People need to have a really strong attention to detail. It's very, very key. So that's another thing. And probably the last one would be, you're the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. So if you want to be a lawyer, you hang out with other lawyers. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you hang out with other entrepreneurs, and that will rub off on you. It'll be a byproduct of what you're trying to accomplish and do. And man, I think if you take those 5 things, it'll hold you in good stead.
Perfect, man. Thanks for sharing that, man. I think that's great advice. Really simple but effective stuff that you can easily implement, especially the hang around some of the 5 people you hang around. I think that's a massive one that definitely works. I've done that myself, and I try and, especially with my show, from with only 14 episodes, getting some incredible people like yourself and Grant Cardone and Matt Monero and a whole heap of other amazing entrepreneurs from around the world. It just goes to show you, and also I think putting yourself out there and not being afraid to reach out or reach up to people is such a big thing. Don't let someone's status or financial situation stop you from reaching out to them or trying to, get in contact with them. It's such a big thing. Just, connect with people.
Yeah, the key thing there, though, is to serve first and ask later, and be very respectful and mindful of that person's time.
Yep, exactly right. Yeah, definitely value what people their busy schedules and what they're doing. So, but yeah, that's great, Nathan. Thanks so much for sharing that, mate. So, Nathan, we're just nice and short and sweet this interview. So, just getting ready to wrap up. So, what would be some takeaway advice that you would love to, or parting advice you'd love to share with my audience, which could really help them out in their career, or potentially, like I said, going into a business?
I guess just remember that life is short. And the clock is ticking for everyone. And, we live in a time now where if you want to start a business, you can start a business. If you want to start a podcast or radio show, you start a radio show, a podcast. You want to start a TV show, you start a YouTube series. The internet has changed the game. Definitely. There's no better time in history to do whatever you want to do. Because you can do, it's not a game-changing amount of money either to create all these sorts of things. And we just live in a really exciting time to be alive right now. So I'd highly recommend that your audience make the most of it, because life is too short.
Exactly, man. And it really is. It's the one thing we can never get back, time. So, it's definitely the most valuable thing. So do what you love, guys. So, Nathan, thank you so much for agreeing to be on my show. It's an absolute pleasure always talking to you, mate. You're such an amazing and inspiring person, and you've really helped me a lot with my personal business journey as well. So, I really applaud you, and, congrats on everything you've achieved, mate. It's incredible.
Thank you so much, Paul. It's an absolute pleasure, my man.
So, Nathan, just to finish up, so where can everyone get in contact with you, or where can they get hold of this incredible new book of yours?
So if people want to know more about the book, they can go to Foundr Mag, FOUNDRMAG /book, or they can just go to foundrmag.com.
Perfect, mate. That's great. And guys, I hope you've got a whole heap of value from today's interview. If you love what you've got on today's show, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. Or if you know someone else who could really benefit from that, don't forget to share it out or comment on the comment section. So, guys, thank you very much for giving me your time. And, Nathan, thank you very much again. I really appreciate it, and I wish you all the massive success into your future. And I can't wait to hear about when you've launched that brand new place in LA. That'll be incredible.
Yeah, man. Exciting times, brother. Awesome. Yes, thank you so much for your time, dude. I really appreciate it.
No worries. Thanks a lot. Guys, stay tuned next week where we've got another incredible entrepreneur or game changer in the industry to really help you break through in your career. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you next week.
If you've loved today's interview, don't forget to get on board with Nathan's amazing new book, Foundr version 1.0. This book teaches you everything you need to know about starting and building a successful business from some of the world's most influential entrepreneurs, from the likes of Gary Vee, Arianna Huffington, Richard Branson, and Daymond John, just to name a few, with many, many more inside. It teaches you everything about raising capital, marketing, scaling and growing your business, and much more. It's such an incredible book that teaches you all of the lessons and all the learnings from these amazing entrepreneurs who've gone through these tough times and succeeded and thrived. So if you want to get on board with Nathan's amazing book, head to the link below, which is foundrmag.com/book. So foundrmag.com/book, B-O-O-K. Guys, I hope you've loved today's interview with Nathan Chan. I've got another inspiring and incredible guest coming at you next week, so stay tuned then.